So today we're out on the location where I normally fly. I had a comment a couple of weeks ago and I produced a video about the battery levels. Some guy, I've got his comment here actually, I'll just read it out again just to remind you. Heartside. So I made a video about this already, but I did it with the Mini 5 Pro. And I was out yesterday making a video with the Mini 5 Pro and the Mini 4 Pro. And then I had this error pop up, which this guy's on about. He says, I've noticed a lot of battery warnings and I can't put a charged battery at let's say 35% and try and fly. It comes up with a red banner, battery needs cooling or charging. Well, I got that error yesterday. I'd not flown the Mini 4 for a while, and I think the batteries was around about 35%. And I thought it was enough just to do the little test that I wanted to do yesterday. But I had to abort that because I couldn't fly with the drone because I was getting this error pop up. So what I thought I'd do today is come out and do exactly the same test with the Mini 4 Pro. So the battery that I've gone in at the moment, this is just under 40%. And I've just been flying it about. I didn't want to bore you to death with me whizzing around the fields, trying to deplete the battery. So I've got one at 40%, and I've got one just under 30%, and I've got a full battery as well. So I'm just going to turn the drone back on and see if we get that error. Now, bearing in mind, this is the one that's at 40 or just under 40%. Let's see what happens when it comes up on screen. Just put this down a minute. And as you can see on screen, it's now saying takeoff permitted at 37%, which is really odd. And a little bit later in the video, I'll show you what it did when I was at home with the lower battery. So I'm just going to put the lower battery in now, just to show you what the error is. That's if we get it today. I know I had it this morning, and I'll show you a little bit later on what exactly I'm talking about. So we'll just turn the drone off. Sounds like a pheasant. Okay, that's that battery out. Let's get the one. Now this is the one that's got about just under 30%. It was about 27% when I left home. It's probably decreased now. And we'll just see what happens when it connects. There we go, battery output, power insufficient, unable to take off, charge or replace battery. Then it comes up along the top, compass calibration required, we can ignore that. Battery needs cooling or charging. So I don't know whether you guys have had this out there on your Mini 4 Pro, but it's saying battery needs cooling or charging. And then if you go into the settings and look at the battery condition, the battery is about 3-point-something volts on each cell. So I'm wondering whether that's the problem. Now if I try and take off now, it just won't let me. I'll just prove it to you. I'll just get him up. I'll go on the C1 button, and as you can see, it just won't take off, which is rather odd because if you've got 30% battery left, that should be enough to at least get you to take off and fly that last bit of battery. But obviously it's not working on this particular one. Now this battery has been stored for a while, and I think it was stored out to around about 50%. It's rather odd. Maybe you can let me know down in the comments if you've had this kind of error pop up. Whether it's a safety thing. I know a couple of updates back, DJI implemented an efficient battery or something like that, something to maximise the use out of your batteries. Well, if that's the case, we're not really getting the maximum out of the batteries, because if I was to fly a full battery, which I'm not going to do today, but if I was to go out and fly a full battery around and then move to another location and I've only got 30% battery left. There should be enough just to get that one little shot, you would have thought. But I just thought I would do this test again, just to see if I could get the error to flash up on the Mini 4 Pro, and it looks like it does. Like I say, let me know down in the comments if this is something that you've come across before. It's the first time I've known it, but then again, I've not flown the Mini 4 Pro since around late November last year. So it just could be the fact that there's not enough voltage for it to take off. But I just thought to bring the video out for you guys out there, just to let you know, just to give you a word of warning. Just as, you know, you might be out flying and think, oh, I'll just nip over to such and such, and I've got 40% battery left. It just might not take off. So, as I said before, I'll just show you the little screen recording I did back at home, showing you the battery voltages, and you can see just there, it's showing quite a lower battery to the one where it's showing the full voltage on a full charge of the battery as well. So maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the issue, is the fact that there's just not enough voltage to kick this little fellow up and let you take off. So there we go, just a short sweet video for you. Like I say, if you've had this problem, let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on what you might think it might be. I personally think it's a safety feature, because if you're going to take off at 30%, you're going to be landing 10% later on, you're at 20%. It's always safe to land around about 30%, in my opinion. But I have taken these right down to less than 20%, and it's been absolutely fine. If you found this video useful and informative, as always, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong, and all the rest of it goes with it. I'm sure you know me by now. And you might like to watch those couple of videos I've chosen for you over there. And if you do, I shall see you over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.